All right, it's time to talk about the Chicago Bears and find out where the fantasy relevance is on this roster and what we can look at for fantasy value. Now, I know there's a lot of intrigue going on with this roster throughout the offseason, especially after the NFL draft and some free agent signings that they ended up having. Let's just look at the depth chart real quick here and go over what our top name is on the board. We see right here, it is Caleb Williams. Now, that quarterback out of USC comes through here, and a lot of people have a lot of hope for this guy, saying he's a generational type of talent, a Patrick Mahomes-esque type of player who's not afraid to fit the ball into tight spots. Now, I know they ended up getting some plethora of weapons in free agency, and they even got a big one in the NFL draft as well for Caleb Williams. So they're looking for him to produce at a high level. Now, I'm always going to say pump the brakes a little bit on these rookie quarterbacks. Not everybody's going to come out here like CJ Stroud and put the world on fire, but he does have the tools to get things done. Let's pop up the depth chart real quick, just so you can guys get a look at the running back position here. The kind of little bit of the depth side here. They end up getting DeAndre Swift in free agency. They still have Khalil Herbert there, and they also have Roschon Johnson. Now, DeAndre Swift is supposedly going to be heading, he's like the jack of all trades of this offense and should be putting together a nice, solid fantasy season. A lot of people are thinking Khalil Herbert may be traded. He's just too cheap right now. I think he's still going to be on the roster, which means Roschon Johnson is probably going to be plummeted way back there in no man's land, right? DeAndre Swift coming over from the Eagles, he was able to put up a solid stat line against that Eagles offensive line. He was kind of hindered a little bit as far as the touchdowns go because of the tush push with Jalen Hurts. He comes over here to the Bears where there is no tush push over here, so he should be getting all the goal line opportunities, all the opportunities to score in the world. Should have a very, very solid fantasy season. For Khalil Herbert, more of a change of pace back as of this point. Not really going to be fantasy relevant. Maybe a flex play on certain positions. Who knows? But nothing that I'll be really looking out for Khalil Herbert unless he does some odd reason of getting traded for some reason. And then Roschon Johnson, you just got to write this guy off your board. I'm not really worried about this guy as of right now. Let's just look at the depth chart again. Let's go over this trio of wide receivers that we have here. We end up getting DJ Moore. He's still here from last year. They got Keenan Allen in free agency. They end up getting Rome Odunze in the NFL draft, the wide receiver from Washington. Now, these guys could come up with decent seasons, but I think overall from a week-to-week basis, you're not really going to know who you want to start. A lot of people are saying DJ Moore is still the wide receiver one here. I think it's Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen had over 100 receptions last season with the Chargers. I think he's going to get close to 100 receptions here with the Bears as well. They had DJ Moore didn't quite get to 100 receptions last season, but DJ Moore is one of those guys who likes to catch those screen passes behind the line of scrimmage, make a couple juke moves, make some things happen. I'm not sure what we're going to be able to look at. Is Caleb Williams going to be able to produce at a high level with these two wide receivers? And then you got to add to the mix the rookie that came into the NFL with them, Rome Odunze. He was the number one wide receiver for the Washington Huskies in college. He brought his team all the way to the national championship. It's just something, who's going to get the football? There's a lot of mouths to feed. Not everybody's going to have 100 receptions. Not everybody's going to, eat as far as what we know, right? Is Caleb Williams able to produce that type of level? Is the offensive line good enough to keep Caleb Williams upright to give him enough time to deliver the football and distribute it between all of these weapons? We're going to have to wait and see. Look at the depth chart here one more time. Let's look at the tight end position. They got Cole Kmet right here, and they also got Gerald Everett in free agency as well. Cole Kmet already building a solid rapport with Caleb Williams. He did very, very well when Justin Fields was the quarterback. Now I'm probably a more accurate passer in Caleb Williams. I think Cole Kmet can be coming out to a great fantasy season. I think a lot of people are looking at these wide receivers to be the more fantasy relevant type of players for this roster, but I think more of Cole Kmet could be a sneaky play. So if I'm kind of going everything, what I'm going to recommend from you guys from the Chicago Bears, Caleb Williams, I wouldn't necessarily recommend him this year for fantasy football. More of a QB2 for your team, and if he ends up getting fired towards the mid to later of the season, then he can become your starter. I would not be comfortable coming out of the gate with Caleb Williams. If we're looking at the running back position, the only one I would really could say go get would be DeAndre Swift. I like his opportunities. I think he's going to be able to be fed the football quite a bit, trying to take as much off of Caleb Williams' shoulders as he possibly can, but we already know the Bears are going to make Caleb Williams throw the football. If we look at the wide receiver position, I actually like all three wide receivers here, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and Rome Odunze. If I had to pick one that we had to go get, I would say Keenan Allen would be the guy. I see him getting over 100 receptions on the season. DJ Moore, I'm definitely a little bit down on him in ADP. Rome Odunze just being the rookie and the third fiddle as of right now, definitely the lowest of the three for me. And then Cole Kmet, I would recommend you go get Cole Kmet. I think he's going to have a solid season, and we say on this channel all the time, with rookie quarterbacks, the tight end is always the safety blanket for him. I think Cole Kmet could be a nice safety blanket for Caleb Williams. Guys, hit the subscribe button. Just a small video just to kind of go over the Chicago Bears, tell you what I think as far as the fantasy relevance for these players. Make sure you're hitting the like button and leave a comment down below. Which player on the Chicago Bears are you most interested to see in 2024? Guys, I can't wait to see y'all on the next video. We'll see you guys next time.